This is the Nikon 70-200 2.8S with VR for the Nikon Z series cameras. I ordered it in January and it's finally here. It's now September as I'm recording this. Are you considering upgrading to this lens? Watch this video for my initial thoughts on this amazing lens. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Scott Lawrence, a headshot and portrait photographer based here in Detroit. For the best headshot tips and tricks, please subscribe and ring that bell so you'll be notified when new videos are released. As a full-time professional portrait photographer, I know a good lens when I see it. I'll share my insight as to why I think this lens might be worth a look. First, why a 70-200? Who's this lens for? A 70-200 is really a staple for many professional photographers. It's a workhorse for portrait, wedding, sports photographers. Very standard lens. You're going to find one in just about every professional photographer's bag. If you've never used one though, it does take a little bit of getting used to, especially if you're coming from some of the consumer zoom lenses. They just have a different feel and a little bit different zoom range too than you may be used to. But once you get the hang of it, you're going to be amazed at the image quality and the aesthetic that you're going to get from this kind of a lens. It's going to take the pictures that you take at your kid's soccer game or hockey game, maybe dance recital, all to the next level. You'll be amazed, trust me. We recently got a puppy, and he's pretty cute. I thought this was a great opportunity to test out a lens like this. A 70-200 is great for getting close without intimidating the subject, in this case, a puppy. It's good for portraits too in that respect, in that you don't have to be right in your face when you're working with a subject, and that can help whether you're photographing animals or people. Just look at these images. I mean, this guy's pretty cute, you got to admit. Then I put the lens right to work in my professional workflow, so I brought it right into a headshot session, and of course didn't miss a beat. I was very impressed. Usually I shoot primes, or these are fixed focal length lenses, so they don't zoom. But in this case, I was reminded that having the zoom flexibility is really nice, even in the studio. You can make the very small incremental adjustments in focal length so you can quickly recompose the image. This is really handy and really increases your efficiency and workflow when you're trying to get a lot of range of images in a relatively short session. The other great thing about this lens is the tripod collar. So you can quickly bounce back and forth between a vertical or horizontal composition. This is again really nice in the studio because absent the tripod collar, you have to flip around the tripod head, and it's just kind of clumsy, and it takes a couple of minutes to get it all sorted out right. So having that collar, the tripod collar, is really nice. What really jumps out so far? The sharpness. The lens it's super sharp. Not that I had any doubt that it would be sharp, but it's just amazing. Edge to edge, very crisp, even at 2.8, the lens is really impressive. For being such a large lens, it still handles very well, especially on the Z bodies. The ergonomics are there. It's a nice lens to hold, a nice lens to operate and use. The customization is nice too, so you've got a couple of extra function buttons that you can program on the lens. So you can see, I think right there, and you got there, and then you've got the one set is all around the barrel of the lens. So this allows you to dial in some specific settings that you use a lot, which again kind of enhances your workflow and efficiency in a particular shooting situation. Now, it wouldn't be a proper gear review without a few critiques. The lens is expensive. It's over $2,500 US. That's not cheap. It's certainly an investment, but I do find with lenses, as you probably heard already, you do get what you pay for. And a lens like this is going to last a long time. It's going to last you for many generations of the Z camera bodies as well. The last 70-200 that I had, I probably used on 4 or 5 different Nikon bodies, so the lens will stand the test of time. I am a little surprised Nikon hasn't figured out a way to slim down the weight and size of the lens though. It's big, and especially having gotten used to some of the smaller lenses for the Z bodies like the 85 and the 50, even the 24-70, these lenses are quite a bit smaller, so going back to that 70-200 definitely is noticeable. And if I were out running around in the fields chasing kids or puppies around, I'm going to notice that. That's something to consider if you're really liking the lightweight mirrorless lens feel. 70-200 is not going to be a lens that's going to give you that benefit. All things considered, I'm very impressed with this lens though, and I'm looking forward to continuing to use it in my professional and personal workflow. Will you be picking up this lens? Let me know. If you like this video and you want to see a more comprehensive review, write full review in the comments below, and who knows, maybe I'll put together a full review for you. Keep watching for more headshot tips and tricks, and I'd love it if you check out my website at scottlawrencephoto.com. You can see all sorts of headshot tips and tricks there. You can even book a session as well if you're in the Detroit area. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It really does help, and I will talk to you in the next video.